So this is Radio Free Cybertron. Kilby?
This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 476, recorded on July 6th, 2016. I am Brian Kilby, and with me this week, I have Matt, a.k.a. Melvar, Don, Chris, a.k.a. XV, Diecast, who does not have a real name, and Rob Clay. Like, I feel really awkward calling you, like, Andy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call him Andy. I if anything, I would just call him Andrew.
Yeah.
Or I can do Aunt B. Andy.
No, Don.
No,
Never say that again. That's terrible.
I call him lots of different names. Most of them I can't repeat on the air.
My 4-year-old nephew calls him Diecast, and he doesn't question it. So, yeah, Don, please never do that again.
Well, granted, my Aunt B impersonation is not that great.
It's
but
not at all.
It wasn't horrible.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it really is.
It really is.
All right.
Everything else is good, Don, but not that.
Okay.
That hurts me on the inside.
Here comes the sign.
Okay, so
No, not this week.
Okay. So I thought about just forgoing the show notes and just talk about all the crap we got. So let's see.
Well, we could just start with the news and finish the show with the crap we got, because we all got a bunch of the same crap and could talk about it at some length.
Some of us would have got more of that if it ever shipped out of a warehouse.
And if there wasn't a holiday.
Yeah, the holiday weekend kind of screwed up a lot of stuff in that regard.
Yeah.
A holiday weekend and
maybe next
everything comes in stock.
Yeah.
Horrible timing for online retailers. Pretty good for brick and mortar, which is where I think quite a few of us got our stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I had known that I could get some of this stuff at Toys R Us instead of pre-ordering it like everything else, I probably would have just picked it up at the store.
Yeah,
I mean, you still have that chance with the Deluxes. Those haven't come in on pre-orders yet.
I already bought them at the store.
Well,
there you go.
When's the last time any of us walked into our local stores and saw anything new?
Exactly.
it really seems like this was a kind of a soft street date that they never bothered to tell anyone about.
Almost, yeah.
If you think about it, though, most of the street dates for stuff that actually has street dates, they don't tell us about in advance. We have to find out through means.
Yeah, nefarious means.
Yeah. Or you walk into the store and you know the street date and the store doesn't know, and you have to tell them, oh, the Transformers movie stuff today is street dated, and you wait there for 2 hours for them to start pulling stuff out of the back because it's all in the back and the shelves are empty.
So speaking of street dates, so I saw that Bruticus started showing up on Monday, or the first, or whatever day it was. G2 Bruticus. I thought the street date was like the 15th.
Yes.
Yeah, and Amazon is still holding to that last I knew.
Yeah, they haven't shipped mine yet. So
yeah,
and I opted.
That's one of the many things I have that hasn't left the warehouse yet.
I opted to just wait because I got in too much crap this weekend.
well, and Bruticus isn't going anywhere.
In fact, I got in so much crap this weekend, I kind of felt guilty about it.
But the
I
point
never have that problem.
is usually to hype the sales. So if you have a street date and then don't tell people about it, there's no point in having a street date.
Well, I think in Hasbro's mind, the street date is to level the playing field for all the retailers.
If they
More than it is to build up anticipation, because we know everything. We don't need their help to build our anticipation.
Yeah.
We know stuff they're not even ready to tell us about yet, which makes all those BotCon Q&As really awkward.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah!
Let's see here. So let's skip the new stuff, and we will try to come around at the end of the show with everything new. So I will skip over a bunch of news that I have in here because, Okay, so let's jump to This Week in History. This Week in History, 1987, fittingly, the first episode of the Headmasters, 4 Warriors Come Out of the Sky, premieres in Japan.
What was the dub title of that episode?
4 Warriors, I think it was 4 Warriors from the Sky, I think.
Okay, so not that crazy.
No, it wasn't that different.
Shame.
Yeah, so...
But find the power pack.
Find the power pack. God, I love that. Okay. Yeah, so Optimus Prime is running around for the first 4 episodes or so trying to find the power pack. It's so great. But yeah, I first watched this in the 90s on VHS. A VHS that copy that I purchased, I think, at Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina. and I watched this and I loved it so much. I don't know why. It's like one of those childhood things where I just like had unadulterated joy watching, and I realize it's garbage, but I loved it so much. And it's hot garbage. It really is. But the dub makes it good.
Yeah, that's what the dub's for.
Yeah, the dub's for that. Don, do you have any fun memories of Headmasters? I know you're a Master Force guy.
Yeah. Oh, well, again, back when I was trading Bumblebee Legends for Headmasters and Master Force VHS tapes with the guy in Japan, this was all brand new to me. It was raw, taped directly off from probably his masters and stuff, and I just didn't know what was going on. But I knew I enjoyed it.
When was that thereabouts?
I was living in Greensboro, so it was probably 94 or 95.
So you beat me by a couple of years. By this point, I knew that Rebirth was the U.S. conclusion and everything, and in Japan, I knew about 2010 was season 3 and all of that stuff. But at that point, did you have any idea how this connected or did not connect to Rebirth?
No, not other than I knew it was just a different series, and that when you got to episode 7 with the giant plant, where Fortress transforms for the first time to big mode, and it was.
Yeah. Well, so did you watch it? Did you watch it subbed or did you watch it raw?
It was raw.
Yeah, me
all
too.
the tapes he sent me was raw. But that's also how I started learning about the toys, was because he would send me the catalogs from some of his extra catalogs, and I would circle which ones I was interested in, and then he would write me back a letter a few weeks later saying I have these, and these are this much with shipping.
Neat.
So
That is awesome.
That is
So
really well done.
Don, what was your initial impression the first time you saw Headmasters and RC was not a Headmaster?
Oh, great question.
It was just like, okay, it's well, yeah, it was fine because they gave Daniel a gun. Daniel was armed and able to shoot people, so
And
that
he
was
was
kind of
he was a little ass.
that was
So that was
kind
Wheelie.
of-
Oh, well, they were both they were friends.
Yeah.
They were yeah.
No,
Willie was
no. Daniel just cried, but only on the inside.
boys can cry, but not out loud.
yeah.
Men don't
So-
cry; they only get stronger.
Uh-huh.
And by this point, I'd had a lot of experience with a lot of Japanese anime. And most of the stuff I had at the time was raw, and I was just making up my own dialogue in my head. So it was fine, But again, like you said, I'm more of a Master Force fan.
So basically, you were doing what they were doing with like Sailor Moon, except they were doing it for money, and you were just doing it for your own entertainment.
Prostitution?
No, just making up their own dialogue to go
Oh,
over
okay.
the. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Don was into prostitution. I don't know what he was up to.
I don't know. Back in the '90s, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy times, man.
Yeah.
If you want to hear my views on anime, I was on a recent podcast from the old house, so you can listen to my inner thoughts on anime at the time.
How do people
over
get a hold?
there.
How do people find that, Don?
I can check that.
That's an excellent question.
We'll link it to it. We'll link to it in the show notes.
Yeah.
That was like 80% of a good segue into a plug there, Don. If only you had that like important last 20%.
Well, I wasn't expecting Brian to go that way. So,
Well, no, you don't wait for him to go that way. You just do what you do, and you let him sit there and have steam come out of his ears
And
as
then
he
he'll
loses
drop-
control over the whole process.
and then he'll drop me.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, no, you haven't said anything like insulting towards the Headmaster's dub or anything so far.
Just give it time.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first item in the official news: the second prelude to Combiner Wars shows up, and it spotlights Victorion.
Yes.
It sure does.
I still think this came off a little bit better than the first one did. If nothing else, there's nothing that's going to make a hilarious animated GIF like Optimus Prime spinning. So that's for better or worse. But also just actually dealing with characters that aren't Optimus Prime and Megatron is kind of refreshing too.
Yeah. My thoughts around this: I think probably they're doing this sort of motion comic-y intro because it costs less. They probably spent much of their budget producing the show, and this was kind of an afterthought, kind of like a movie intro, so to speak, where it's just a bunch of things that sort of set the mood while they show the credits for the film. This is kind of like that, but thematically and narratively. So I will be more excited when I actually see something that...
If they were going to do that, they should have just got the opening 3 minutes to G.I. Joe, the movie, and ran that as the prelude.
That would have been great.
Yeah, if I
Actually,
were them,
every movie should start that way. But
well, yeah.
Yes, that's true.
But yeah, if I were them, I might have led with like a trailer of the actual animation of what the show was going to look like, and then done this.
Good
Exactly,
idea.
because
But-
we talked about this pre-show. I know they had to do it on budget concerns and such, but why do a preview in a format that's not your regular format? It doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to me, because you want people to get hooked on the show for what it is, not something that's a similar medium, but not.
So
the
what
same.
they're doing is trying to get you hooked on the style of storytelling it will have. And the visuals are not the most important component of that. They're producing a sample of the writing quality, the story that they're leading you into the full story. Well, all that needs is basically the motion comic thing to kind of stitch it together. So it's not just, a blank screen or logo screen while they talk over back of it.
And they're making
Yeah.
a little of, hey, we started talking about this a year ago. We got to show them something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Of course, diecast, you do realize it takes some time to animate a cartoon series.
actually,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. But
we heard about this the first time from New York, right? In November.
that was San
I want to
Diego.
say.
Comic-Con.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
San
okay.
Diego.
Well, I think
a couple of things to remember about this is Machinima are not exactly high rollers, for one, and for
Exactly.
another, this is, I kind of think the reason we didn't get a trailer of actual footage is that from what I understand, we're kind of looking at a Gendy Tartakovsky Clone Wars kind of episode length here, so they don't have too much to give away.
If it was as good as that, I would be so happy.
Oh,
Oh,
God!
yes.
Exactly, Brian. Because
What more could you ask for?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he packs so much story. Heck, I enjoyed those more than I did any of the prequels.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I was
That's because those were good, and the prequels were not.
I was so disappointed when Darth, was it Sidious? Not, or was it the one, the android or the cyborg with arms?
Oh, General Grievous.
General Grievous. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was so disappointed when General Grievous actually was in the movie and was basically just like a lunger. Somebody that had effectively, so disappointed that I was set up for disappointment from that animated series.
He had a
He
really
didn't even
bad smoking habit between the end of Clone Wars and his appearance in the movie.
Okay, yeah. And a lunger, I guess, is an archaic term for someone who has not consumption's the archaic term. Yeah, I can't think right now. Yeah, brain's not working. Transformers mode. Okay, so moving along. We just have a bunch of Transformers Legends stuff that popped up, and we're going to talk about that. And let's see here, Legends.
Well, we have a pre-order date for Super Ginrai. How about that?
Okay, so what's the date on that? November?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At $95.
Yeah, unfortunately, we also have a price for Super Ginrai.
8,500 yen.
Which is only 500 yen more expensive than Blaster, so it's not like the base price is outrageous.
And I was trying to think of tuberculosis.
There you go.
Always a fun topic.
Yes, it's a great topic.
But I mean, that's a lot of.
I mean, I put my pre-order in for Super Ginrai already. I mean, that's
So
not
did
even-
I.
Yeah,
I'll
I
complain
guess
about
I-
the price all day long, but I'll still pay it.
So this is
Yeah, I
this
guess
is a
I
very
will, too.
small image.
But it's also just a silhouette, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show this, and you don't see much.
Yeah, I've put my pre-order in. I still am anxious to see proper actual pictures, which may happen as of the 15th. I'm
Sounds
led to
right.
understand.
So why are you guys excited for Super Ginrai over Powermaster Prime? Paint?
Retooling.
Lots of
Retooling,
And-
deco.
And he's not. He probably won't be all gunmetal gray.
And actually, that's not even gunmetal on Powermaster Optimus Prime. It's just the kind of gray plastic they seem to be using on most of the Titan Masters, which I got a cloth for my backdrop that I thought wouldn't clash with any of the gray they use on anything, and now. But no, the other thing about Super Ginrai is that as far as we can tell, no way to tell for sure, but it kind of looks like there may be a God Bomber for it ultimately.
So I'm assuming that would probably be separate.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
But I mean, at least you have the ability to combine them together. Now, what would be nice if they would go like the extra mile and do like the crazy homage and like modify the fists and modify like the
They are modifying the hands.
Oh, that's all.
They're
The
modifying
new one appears to have 5mm compatible hands rather than the hinged mess.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, you mentioned Blaster was running about what, 500 yen less than that?
Chris mentioned it, but yeah, that's as I understand it. This Soundwave, however, I should mention, is the same price as Super Ginrai and is shipping about the same time.
Right, because
same price in U.S. dollars or same price in yen?
Same price in yen, 8,500.
well,
Interesting.
I'm just saying HLJ had him at 6,400
Really?
for Blaster. Yeah, so
Let me double check my source here, but I am pretty sure that they.
The retail price, I am almost positive, is 8,000 yen, but some retailers do undercut that.
right,
Why-
yeah, it just
I get Ginrai, but why are the rest in silhouette?
Because Japan.
Okay.
it just
probably don't have painted versions yet.
I don't think they have
Well,
to be perfectly painted versions. I mean, hell, they even showed the Combiner Wars or Titan's Return of something recently.
Okay, this source says 8,000 yen on Soundwave. Autobase IG said 8,500. So, but since their initial post came from this place, I'm pretty sure that was just a misprint. So yeah, Soundwave is 500 yen cheaper.
okay.
Okay, so let's see here. Next item. Now, this is Big Bad Toy Store has posted more Transformers Adventure releases that'll be coming out, including Windstrike and Sideswipe, Ratchet, Bisque, God Optimus Prime, Micron set, and a secret character. So, I don't remember them doing like a secret character before specifically, or at least calling it secret character.
Well, Weird Wolf was mystery character when its catalog image leaked.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
But did they have the silhouette of it, or was it just like
No.
like it's just a hole?
Yeah, just a whole no information until they were ready for it.
So am I to assume that's pretty much all this is? It's a hole. It's not like a gimmick.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's nowhere near as cool as I was hoping.
Yeah, I don't think it's a gimmick so much as, like, with Weird Wolf, we surmised that it may have been a problem of whatever agreements Takara and Hasbro have. Hasbro gets to reveal the stuff first, and then Takara gets it afterwards, so they don't spoil what's coming up.
That's
So
interesting.
whatever it might be is just something Hasbro has not revealed or is not prepared to reveal quite yet. It might be an SDCC reveal.
Or the Tumblr reveal has to come first. So Tumblr or whatever the Chinese equivalent was,
Weibo.
yeah,
Weibo.
has to. They get the first crack at that. Okay, so that's cool. Let's see here.
To my delight, that leak source has not really produced anything in quite some time.
I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like it just dried up after the industrial espionage grade leak. I wonder why.
Or maybe the news dried up too.
That's possible. There may not be
Say
anything
that.
to delete for the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that was just enough that they could figure out who it actually came from or how it was getting out, or I mean, because there was a lot of information on the last leaks that we got.
Well, I know that Hasbro in the past has been very thorough and they look for information on possible leaks.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along. Let's see here. God. Okay, so new LG 32 is Chromedome, 33 is Highbrow, and 34 is Mindwipe. Yeah, that's nice. I want them.
Chromedome has the animation head, as one would expect. Mindwipe seems to also, but we can't really see enough of Brainstorm to know exactly what's going on with that. Or not Brainstorm, Highbrow.
And also, it's a good thing that for people wanting to brainstorm, there's going to be a Takara alternative if the Walgreen one doesn't pan out, isn't accurate, so they can't find one. So at least there's an alternative to get a brainstorm that way.
Of course, that will surely have the non-face plated version of the face.
Yeah. Because I've got Smart Robin and I've got the original head he came with.
Get the toy hack sticker.
No.
I did, and I
So-
lost it.
Oh,
So just in case anyone's interested in what the it'll probably look something, which you probably can't tell that great, something along those lines there, because that's what the non-face plate.
Yes, it'll be a
Somewhat-
face that has a mouth.
Yeah. So there's that.
And who wants a brainstorm with a mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Well, somebody can sell like a third-party faceplate with a Decepticon symbol scrawled on the inside.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
Okay.
It would also be tiny.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the continuing story of Takara having better paint apps, new Legends figures, Rewind.
The
or Nightbeat,
Rewind does not have better paint
He
apps.
looks better.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
he
He looks like a
doesn't.
Gundam Mark II.
I don't know. To me, it looks. I don't know, it looks more vibrant. It looks more lively.
Look at the face.
I see
the
it.
face is terrible.
I like it.
It's a Gundam face. It's not Rewind's face.
I don't care. I mean, I have a Rewind. That's Rewind. This is something else.
Rewind Mark II.
Yeah,
Sure.
why not? Rewind
Now-
1FB or something. I don't know.
Now, what is an improvement to a certain degree, at least paint-wise, is Nightbeat.
So
Like I said, paint-wise.
So they're putting Nightbeat with Rewind.
Yeah, and it actually is the appropriate colors for the G1 Nightbeat: blue outer helmet, yellow inner helmet, orange
Yeah.
face.
That definitely does look nice.
Yeah, still has that face sculpt though.
Yeah.
Does the Hasbro version have the painted mouth?
No.
Yeah, didn't think so.
I mean, it's painted, it's yellow like the rest of the face.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Okay, that's something. Okay, let's see here. Let's rush through this so we can talk about stuff. New Transformers Adventure, new image of Strongarm.
yeah, just one next to Prime First Edition bulkhead, and looks pretty nice.
is that first edition bulkhead or is that the regular bulkhead?
I'm almost certain that's First Edition because it has the doors across the chest. Isn't that something only the First Edition did?
I think so.
No, it's
No, the regular one has the doors on the chest, but the body shape's completely different.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
that's the regular.
I never got either. So,
Yeah.
I thought it did. I was actually looking at that a couple days ago. Okay, but yeah, Strongarm looks nice. This is based off this isn't a new mold. This is the
This is the Minicon Battle Pack version.
yeah.
And yeah, that is that's not first edition bulkhead.
Okay.
Now, is she going to come with the Minicon stuff?
Yeah.
Or is it,
Yeah. The original tweet in Japanese did mention Strongarm with Sawtooth, so yeah, she will have her minigun and her armor.
Good. I love that gimmick. I don't know why, but there's just something about that
I want to get some
play
of
pattern.
those.
Yeah, I have Optimus and Grimlock, and they're both great. Okay, let's see here. What else? Let's see here. In the we're not buying this item, UltiMetal Ultra Magnus. We have new promotional photos. How much is this one? Is it $800?
700 and something, yeah.
720, which wasn't the original over 1,000.
Optimus, I thought was closer to.
The original was
900
it was over 800.
It's over 9,000.
Yeah.
Might as
This,
well
now-
be.
But now we all saw that at BotCon. I think all of us were
Oh, it's
really.
gorgeous. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they actually.
I
Look,
was shocked at how freaking massive it was.
yeah.
It's
Imagine how big this Ultra Magnus is going to look.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, but yeah, if not, I love Transformers, and I would consider paying that much for a Transformer, just not this Transformer.
Okay, so what character would they have to make an UltiMetal to make you have to put down the money and actually buy it?
Well, I mean, I would only, I think, buy something that was vintage that I didn't have that I would be.
Well, that
willing
wasn't the question, though. Like,
to- Okay.
Unicron?
No. Shoot, I don't know.
Omega Supreme.
No. I mean, it would have to be something stupid like Big Daddy or something.
I knew you were going to say
Or Blot. Or maybe a Blot.
Oh, UltiMetal Blot.
Yeah, Big Daddy is the first one.
It would make absolutely no sense and be like the greatest thing ever.
Okay.
At the same time.
Okay.
Pop off on the body panel and it's just full of like gunk.
No, I know.
Yes.
UltiMetal Pretender Grimlock.
Huh.
There you go.
Yes. No. Okay.
With a pretender shell made of real human skin. Yeah, I get you.
I'm not okay. Filter kicked in. Let's move on. So
Well, let's moving on.
let's moving. Hey. Okay. Movie block Transformers last night. Things are exploding in Detroit. How did they know the difference?
I wanted to put that as the title of the article, but it just seemed like it'd be going too far.
Everything I know about Detroit I learned from RoboCop.
And Paladin.
Yeah. So I just assumed that RoboCop has like Detroit has explosions going on. Let's just name the city RoboCop. Let's just cut to the chase and name it RoboCop. Yeah. It sure is a scene of stuff exploding.
Yeah, if a company wants like free publicity, they should just call themselves OCP and open up in Detroit.
They should.
I mean, even if they don't even make anything with those initials, they should just call themselves that.
So this is practical effects because there's actual stuff here. In my mind, it would be awesome. It'd be awesome if they just did a CG render and took a photograph and overlaid the CG. This is what it would look like.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do that. I don't think.
That'd be interesting, though.
It would be a waste of time and energy.
No, that's what you have interns for.
That's true. And you don't have to necessarily pay them anything. Let's see here.
Yeah, because they're interns.
Well, the company I work for, I believe.
Yeah, many companies pay their interns and often very well for what they do.
Yeah.
And thumbs up if you do.
Wait,
But there's still companies and outfits that don't want to pay their interns, even when their interns are
Speaking
working.
of, we could use an intern.
Even when their interns are expected to work 80-hour weeks in like highly professional tasks.
If we had an intern, I wouldn't pay them.
Well, no,
Aren't
but
the interns?
we don't do anything professionally.
Yeah.
What, Diecast?
Aren't we interns?
We're management.
We're all interns in a way. Okay, so let's see here. Drift returns. Was Drift a Mercedes the last time?
No, he was
working
a,
at Victorion.
No,
Yeah.
Soundwave. No, that was
Soundwave was Mr. Mercedes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they probably couldn't afford to get the Bugatti back for another movie.
Yeah, because this is like
Those things are mighty expensive.
Yeah, this is like a price drop on the vehicle mode of like $1.9 million or so,
Give or take, yeah.
possibly more.
Give or take.
Can they give some of that money to Hasbro so we can get more paint?
That's awesome. Hey, Diecast, do you have one of these? A Mercedes?
Oh no.
Okay.
We thought you were holding up to something up to the camera that we couldn't see.
Yeah. No. No, never mind. Okay, so yeah, there is that. Anything else official news? Or can I skip along? Okay, Amazon. Don, you're telling me something was on Amazon recently, right?
Right. Now, this isn't an actual Amazon product, but it is fulfilled by Amazon. Anybody wanting Blaster, they have Blaster in stock on Amazon right now, and Optimus Prime will be in stock on July 9th. I also was looking, they have the classics, the Platinum set with the Optimus Prime and the Nerf Megatron is down to 62.
What's retail on leader class now?
$46.99.
Yeah, $46.99.
Okay, so here Blaster's $48.99, but that's with free Prime shipping.
Right.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, tfradio.net/Amazon, and if your state, Amazon may not collect taxes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Amazon is, of course, helping cover all of this stuff. Just go to tfradio.net, click on the Amazon link, any one of the Amazon links, there's several of them, and Amazon will kick back a little bit of your purchase to us. It doesn't cost you a cent more, and helps us out. And I am addicted to Amazon, by the way. I got an Amazon package today.
So did I.
Yeah, this.
What did you get, Kilby?
I got a battery charger for my camera.
That's boring. Matt, did you get something more interesting?
Yeah. His arm fell off. Hold on.
No.
He's been disarmed.
Oh, Don.
Indeed he has.
That's good. What'd you get?
I'm reassembling him. Hold on.
Oh, it's a Voltron. Oh,
It is the 30th anniversry Voltron.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
TFradio.net/Amazon
I
Prime,
love you.
just for you.
You're my hero.
wrong Voltron. Wrong Voltron.
The only Voltron, Don.
But
The
see,
only
Don, there's a difference here. Nobody cares about the anniversary of that other Voltron.
I care because it's a better looking robot.
Did the vehicle Voltron get a new cartoon on Netflix? No.
Hopefully they'll go that route with the new.
There's no nostalgia for that Voltron, Don. Its nostalgia is
But
dead.
even if it does, it's only because of the success of the Lion Force,
Yeah.
Don.
Did they ever even do DVDs for the vehicle Voltron?
They had to.
They did.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they did it as Die
I
Ruger,
didn't
I think.
buy any of them, but they did them.
And no
Okay.
one carried any of them because they were, no one wanted. So
As opposed to the Lion sets, which
Yeah.
people actually bought.
I found the vehicle set on like extreme sale at a Comic-Con, and I picked them up.
Oh, nice.
Haven't
nice.
watched them, but I picked them up. I don't.
Did you get them at tfradio.net/Amazon? No, you got them at a con. So you probably paid like 5 times too much.
And none of that money came back to us.
None.
Shame on you, Diecast.
Shame on you, Diecast. Yeah, so let's see here. Thanks to you guys out there who use our link, and thanks to Amazon.com, tfradio.net/Amazon. Okay. Third-party news. Let's get this out of the way. So many toys to talk about. Let's see here. Striker, how do you say it? Manus? From Make
Manus?
I would
Toys?
assume.
Yeah.
I'm pronouncing it like the McManus sniper rifle from Grand Theft Auto.
There you go.
So I'm looking at this, and I know it's not, but this reminds me of the Optimus Prime pen.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that.
Well, we saw these at TFCon last year. Basically, this is an upgrade of sorts to the City Commander concept.
Was this
But-
the display?
No, this is something completely different, Don.
Yeah, this is not that Don.
Oh, it's not because I thought this was
The thing you're thinking
This,
of
this
is
is
a
Make
fans project
Toys.
thing,
Yeah,
right?
this is Make Toys. You were thinking of Fans Projects. Upgrade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The page was still loading. I hadn't got. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
No,
this
this is a full
ground
figure.
up new. Yeah, this is a ground up new figure.
Okay.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Cybertronian modes, I think.
Yeah. Unless I'm mistaken, they have a Megatron on the way too.
It looks like a more elaborate version of the Cyber Battalion Optimus Prime, and I cannot find any way to phrase that makes it sound like a good thing.
I think it looks very Gundam-esque.
Kinda,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can see that.
It's got those proportions going on, but yeah, just something about it, especially the truck mode, which is just weird. Just really reminds me of that Cyber Battalion Prime.
This image is almost, I think, verbatim to one of the stock images of, for people watching the video, the stock images of the pen convoy, or the convoy pen, or Optimus Prime pen, I guess, in Japan now. they call
Well,
it that.
the Optimus pen kind of used like typical heroic posing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some overlap just on a conceptual level.
that makes sense. But yeah, I'm not buying this.
No,
No, I don't know anybody who is.
It's not, it doesn't look bad. I don't need it.
yeah.
But let's see here.
Because I mean, you know what you need more in like the world of Transformers, official or otherwise, is more Optimus Primes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Only
a
render.
really untapped market right now.
Yeah, somebody make a Bumblebee or something. I mean,
Yeah, a movie Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Master movie.
Okay, so now this part,
that hurt. That joke hurt to make.
now I don't remember seeing this before. So is this brand new? The next item?
The Unique Toys thing, yes.
Yeah. Oh, this is awesome. Unique Toys has Legends class Headmasters.
You should have read the article title as I wrote it.
I will read it. Okay, so Unique Toys Heads On into it should be into Legends class figures. Legends class figure arena with an official Weird Wolf and Chromedome. I can't read it right. Okay, but yeah, it's beautiful.
Now I have to say I'm sure Duron is very happy about Weird Wolf being one of the first ones.
Don, what's the matter with the Headmasters?
Can't they fight without Chromedome?
Chromedome?
Okay.
What's wrong with the Headmasters is that god awful dub that needs to be burned. That's what's wrong with the Headmasters.
Love
You know
it.
what's wrong with the Headmasters? Chromedome looks awful stubby.
He does.
He does. He looks a little. He needs to be just like maybe like a ½ inch taller because he's more of a lanky bot.
In my mind, this kind of looks like almost the proportions of like the muscle figures, where their bodies were a little stubby. It almost kind of looks like if this were rubber. Oh god, if this were actually just like a clone or decoy, that would be awesome. Yeah. Would love that. Not the clone.
That Weird Wolf looks nice though. Although as I understand, these come as a 2-pack.
Yeah.
Oh god, how much? Any idea?
I don't know yet.
Probably like $50 for the
Yeah, because most like the X9s war in the pocket and those similar run about what Diecast was saying, about 40 to 60 for the unless you get like a large single figure like the Overlord or the Blitzwing.
Or Lord Scorpion.
These are functioning Headmasters though, which means they're a little more complex. So the price could go up a little bit.
Yeah,
They are a little more complex. Part of the, I guess, advertising or whatever you want to call, part of the copy that came with them was that they would have like innovative transformations, which at that scale is kind of a scary thought.
So we don't have any pictures of the functioning Headmasters.
Some of the later pictures show the Headmasters off.
Okay,
Yeah.
not on this news item. So okay.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
it's
There's only nine thumbs according to the thumbs index.
Yeah, and you'll find the Headmasters in the vehicle and beast mode images.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, I didn't see them.
Yeah,
They
don't
don't
show up
appear in the thumbnails because square thumbnails.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Oh man, you got to expect that. You can't expect that the.
Oh yeah, I mean the figures,
Oh,
the
yeah.
the combined figures in robot mode are 9.5 centimeters tall, about 4 inches.
Yeah.
So
Weird
a
wolf.
little less actually. So those little Headmasters are about the size of a grain of rice.
Yeah. Well, props to Unique Toys for doing this.
Yeah, really. Yeah, they've
Now
got
let's
to be
just
about
hope
the
the
size.
figures actually turn out well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got to be about the size of smallest Transformers Ravage.
Okay.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Have any of you ever handled that?
Oh no.
No.
Yeah.
That was like a centimeter across. It
That's
was
crazy.
tiny.
My blood pressure's high enough as it is.
I sold mine, or I would take some photos so you could all see. But yeah, I used to have smallest Transformers Soundwave, and the Ravage that comes with that is amazingly, impossibly tiny.
So
And then I could just imagine you sitting there trying to take a picture of that Ravage, and it turns out like that Corlander.
Yeah.
1,000 tries later.
no
Yes.
no surprise, I have literally lost all of my world's smallest Transformers.
I still have the only 2 I ever had on the shelf next to me here, which I actually got from Rob several years ago.
See, that's why you need a Fort Max, because you're not going to lose that.
That would be like the Kabaya Fort Max.
Or that Five Below bootleg. Or was it Tuesday morning?
Tuesday
Well,
morning.
either way.
It was Tuesday morning. I'm like, Five Below bootleg. I haven't seen this. Yeah, but I love the bootlegs they sell at Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
I bought all of those. Okay, so let's skip this. We're skipping the format in the show notes, guys. So let's talk about all the stuff we got. Oh no,
Oh, you don't want to talk about that perfect effect?
Oh no,
thing?
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought we had. I thought I got this. Okay.
Prime.
Yeah. So Perfect Effect has an unofficial Optimal Optimus figure, and it looks pretty good.
It does.
Yeah, it does. That's not the figure I would have liked to have seen, because that's my least favorite of his 3 modes. But visually, it's a damn good looking figure.
I have a lot of nostalgia for Optimal Optimus.
My problem is I tie him to season 3, and it's not my favorite season. So I kind of
Right, but then that time he transformed into a giant metal gorilla and started sniffing bananas. Kind of great.
Yeah, this is nice looking. How much? Any guess how much this is going to run?
150.
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect
I mean,
effect.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, and it's twice the size of Voyager Rhinox. So
I heard Perfect Effect was thinking about changing their name but keeping their same initials, and they would be called Pretty Expensive.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm sure that's going to cost a mint. But man, it looks good.
It looks
But-
great.
Perhaps
but-
painfully expensive would be more apt.
Yes.
Yes.
But the good thing,
Prohibitively expensive.
Yes.
Prohibitively expensive.
But at least, you know, because the third parties are stepping up and getting out of their G1 comfort zone.
Yes.
With the anniversary this year, at least the Beast Wars fans are able to at least have access to other product.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
This is great.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Let's just talk about the stuff we got now.
Yeah.
So I think we all pretty much got the same stuff. We all pretty much got most of the Titans Returns figures.
I think like among all of us, we have everything. Just not all of us have all the things.
I only have the 2 leader class figures, the 4 Wave 1 Deluxes, and the Wave 1 Titan Masters. It's the only thing I have right now, but I have had a chance to fiddle with all of them.
I have Leader Blaster and the Wave 1 Titan Masters. That's the only Titans Return stuff I got.
Don, what do you have?
I've got... Oh, okay.
XV.
Oh,
One of you guys go. Somebody go.
Don, go
Oh.
ahead.
I just got Scourge and Hardhead.
And you haven't opened them yet, so it doesn't... You can't talk about them.
I just got them today, so...
Open them and talk about them.
Yeah, open them while the rest of us are talking, and then we can come back around to you toward the end. So I have the 4 Deluxes and the Voyagers, which if you were watching the pre-show, you will recall I was having a lot of trouble with Galvatron's Nucleon.
I am so worried about that.
Yeah. I hope
This-
the
this
Takara
is-
one's in better shape.
Because Galvatron's like the toy I was most excited for, too.
Diecast, what did you get your hands on?
I got all 4 of the Titan Masters Wave 1, and I got all 4 of the Deluxes, which are very nice. I love these.
And what do you have, Rob?
Much better than Combiner Wars.
I've got Skullsmasher and the Wave 1 Titan Masters.
So all of us got the Deluxes via retail. We didn't get them online. But the rest of us, I'm assuming most of the other stuff came via online.
Yeah, my Voyagers came via online. I could have gotten a Sentinel Prime in the Toys R Us. I actually saw one when I was getting the Deluxes.
I skipped Galvatron and Sentinel Prime because, of course, they'll have them Friday.
Yeah. Well, you'll have them Friday. I don't know when I'll have them.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'll have them for next week's show.
Yeah, I should have the Wave 2 Titan Masters for next week.
So, let's start off low and go high. So the Titan Masters, the Wave 1 Titan Masters figures, what does everybody think?
I like...
Crash Bash is great.
Yeah, Crash Bash is spectacular. If you only get one of these, get Crash Bash. He is, he has the most creative use of the vehicle. He turns into a lower jaw and arms for the dinosaur mode, and he gets a little riding dragon in the other mode. And he's the best at everything. He also makes the best looking head.
Yeah, I agree.
Because as you can see, the arms, the legs, they are all the same purple as the rest of the helmet, so it is the least conspicuous as being a folded up dude as a head.
Oh, Diecast, you haven't opened it yet.
No, I was waiting to do the review, and I was going to start doing the review, and then I saw the Deluxes were hitting in the store, so these kind of got pushed back. This is what we call review problems, because you don't want to open them until you keep them on camera.
Oh, who cares?
Oh, see, I disagree. I want to open them and work with them first and then record the results.
Well, I want to at least record, like, the packaging. So, with these, I can't...
Buy 2.
Well, okay, so what you do with that is, like, when you get the new stuff in, you just pop it down from the camera for a minute and a half and just take your video and,
smart.
dub your dialogue over it when you're ready to actually produce the video. Don't even figure out what you're going to say at the time.
Or just say what you're going to say and then edit that in later into a later shot if you don't want to do the overdubbing.
Yeah, no, I just honestly I didn't have time with the Deluxes and shooting the videos for those.
Cool. Okay, so anybody else have any general thoughts around the Titan Masters? I think we probably want to talk more about the Deluxes and the Leaders.
I just want to say I think this is a great new price point. I hope this continues past the first 2 waves. I hope this succeeds because everything about this is great. It gives you more accessories and weapons for your larger Transformers. It gives you more Titan Masters to swap heads around with things. It gives you custom fodder. For $5, everything about this assortment is great, and I want more.
I can't wait to see these things like at Dollar General and Family Dollar and things like that when they have like potential alternate repaints or just weird alternate versions of them, or maybe different alternate packaging variations. Yeah, I agree. I think it's awesome, and I can't wait to see more of them. Okay.
Wait, these could show up at like a Five Below.
But they show at a Five Below when they like don't sell through.
Well, no, I'm
Five
saying
Below does stock things that cost under $5 at full price. Like,
Okay.
Blind bag things, collectible card game things like that. This, considering Hasbro already does business with Five Below, that may have been part of the plan to get some full price Transformers toys in there.
Okay, that I just assumed that whenever they had a toy, it was because it was on not clearance, but closeout. Yeah.
Yeah, most likely, but not always.
Okay.
That's just why you see Marvel Legend or Marvel Universe in there sometimes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think
Like that whole wall of Captain Marvels.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can just go through the rest. So with the Deluxes, let's start off with Skullsmasher. What does everybody think?
It needs some work, by which I mean it needs some, consumer level fixes.
Yeah, I had recommended to me on Twitter using Pledge Future floor polish, the clear acrylic floor polish on the ball joints and the hips, and a couple of coats of that did help quite a bit. I also used it on the mushroom pegs in the thighs because those were very loose on mine as well, and having done both of those really made my second round of shooting for TFormers reviews a lot more enjoyable.
So we're able to future floor polish in some heels for it.
That you cannot do. And boy, does it need that. And also, it's kind of sad because his knees lock after transformation at the lower joint. And there are so many other things on that should lock, that having the technology right there is just kind of annoying. His wrists should lock. His feet should lock. There's no reason they shouldn't lock, and it would help the toy a lot if they did.
So Skullsmasher has one problem that I think plagues the line a little bit. I don't like the instructions. I had some difficulty following a couple of things, like when his shoulders have to curl in for the gator mode. It wasn't that clear to me, and I actually had to fiddle around with it for a few minutes just to make it work, and it seemed unintuitive. I had a similar problem with Blaster. I can't with his legs. I just don't like the way that the instructions are documented. But overall, I like the toy. We mentioned in pre-show that I would rather the hatch not be rubber, but there may be tolerance reasons they did that. I have no idea.
Yeah, that hatch is horrible.
Yeah, it's interesting because the only other rubber parts on Skull Cruncher are the gator teeth, and they're not the same color plastic. So.
I didn't even notice that.
The one sad thing about the gator teeth is that if they had, I think you probably could have had a G1 style, seat for Titan Master in the mouth if they hadn't gone with the detailed interior.
But
I think there would have been enough space.
But it's probably good that they didn't.
Yeah, because it could have been difficult to get them back out.
I like the gator mode having the posable expressive head.
Yeah.
Because otherwise this would be a highly static beast mode, and now it can actually do a little bit of stuff. I really appreciate that, especially since that mode's actually stable.
In beast mode, it seems to have not mass but volume, and it looks good, and it's a pretty good size. I really like how it fills out, and it makes me feel less bad about the dwindling value of the dollar.
Yeah, it's about 10 inches long as an alligator.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Skull Cruncher is almost 2 Deluxes long in alt mode.
Mm-hmm. And also
it's quite a thing. The thing that annoys me, though, I'm sorry, Rob, I'll let you go in just a second. The thing that annoys me is you've got the back legs of the gator on the ankles, and if those had just had a flip around hinge, they could have been the heels for the robot feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, the only thing I wanted to add is that in addition to the really great articulation on the gator head, the nature of the attachment for the tail also lets you move that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you get basically a hinge action of it. has anybody who has this looked inside at the driver compartment? Because it's very detailed in there. There's no paint on any of the stuff, so like you gotta like shine a light down in there to see the real details. But like, there's a lot more in there than average.
I noticed that there was detail, but I didn't get a good look at it. So
Yeah.
I'll have to take a closer look.
Didn't notice. Okay, so let's see here. What about Hardhead?
He's pretty cool.
I think Hardhead's probably the best of the wave
Yeah,
overall.
from a deluxe standpoint.
Um,
Or overall.
no, I think overall, really, because I did have the chance to handle the leader class toys this past weekend. No, like Hardhead is just really good at everything it's trying to do and does not really have any kind of drawbacks to it. Nothing goes wrong in the attempt.
Mine's a little loose, but not like terribly so. But I don't know. I like it. I appreciate it. I see why you say it's the best. But at the same time, it's kind of like a movie that you hear is really great, and you go see it, and you're like, eh. I don't know, something about
a little unremarkable.
Yeah, something about it doesn't work for me. I think probably the reason is when it came, I was really excited about the deluxe price point for this, and I basically put all of my eggs in the Hardhead basket, and I got it, and it didn't quite live up to what I wanted.
No, but like I like the way it transforms, where you fold the tank body, over on itself to make the upper body of the robot. The integration of the legs and the arms into the tank mode to make the treads is really solid.
Yeah.
And you get very nicely posable limbs out of them. It's the only one that has both the hinged wrist for transformation and a swivel. It's. I guess Hardhead's not doing anything remarkable or innovative, really, but everything it is doing, it's doing well. And Blurr is probably the next best up, but like the only flaw it has is its deco is not interesting. Hardhead's deco is fine. There's nothing really I can say that's particularly bad about Hardhead.
Yeah. And as Rob pointed out, my Hardhead, the head was very hard to get out. But if by turning the Titan Master's head around so his head is facing forward, now I don't have any problems plugging his head in or taking it out, feeling like I'm going to break the head off.
Yeah,
Kind
that's
of
I'm sorry.
Galvatron.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Rob.
That's something I noticed on Skullsmasher. The weird thing about him is that his own Titan Master is the only one that fits properly with the head facing forward like it's supposed to. All of the Wave 1 Titan Masters, you have to turn the head around backwards, or it does not want to actually go into the socket at all. And after you.
The Titan Masters are all made with notches notches on the back half of their head that interface with the tabs in the neck socket. So, like, there's a way they're specifically supposed to go in, but there seems to be a wide degree of variance from unit to unit, how well that works. And even sometimes when you put them in the supposed right way, they'll be loose. And like a couple of the ones I have, if I try to put them in with the heads facing the opposite direction, they will not engage at all. I could turn them over and the heads will just fall out. It seems to change a great deal from unit to unit how that actually works. I mean, like with Cerebros, I can pick it up by the head and do that too, and Cerebros is even heavier with all the electronics in it.
That's with the head turned the other way, so it just varies by...
Yeah, so it seems like you have a neck socket on your Hardhead that's like more... it's tighter than at least the one I have, and the other one I got to see too seemed to be about on par.
Okay, so Don, what do you think?
I can't get them open. I've got nothing to cut the plastic wires here to test.
So the cards have those. The bubbles have those weird notches or things that run on the side. There are two of them on each side.
The little plastic tabs.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
but they're glued on the other three sides.
Yeah.
Well, it's just odd that that wasn't there. I've never seen that before that I recall.
The Deluxes for the last couple of years have had something similar to that.
Around the bottom, though, right?
No, on the side.
It's just been the whole edge that wraps around the back of the card.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. It's just cheaper to do this. Go ahead, Don.
Yeah, no, I just don't have anything here to cut these wires with.
Okay.
Art
Oh well.
like a Band-Aid.
No, that might hurt. It might hurt.
Well, plus I don't want to.
Where's the
I don't
cat?
Well, no, I don't want to clip these because if Massey gets a hold of these, he may start chewing on these things.
Yeah, and that would be bad for him.
Yeah, so.
Also, in pre-show, I was telling a story about how apparently my cat is eating toilet paper. It's leaving a really interesting effect. Okay, so Hardhead.
Is it a perfect effect?
No. So it's preposterous effect. So I wanted to say this. So Hardhead and Skullsmasher, Skull Cruncher, whatever. Those are the two new deluxes. We haven't had a recent deluxe of those. We had that Universe 2.0 Hardhead years ago. But otherwise, those are the new ones. So with Scourge and Blurr, they have legacy to live up to, and that affects my opinion. So let's talk about Blurr, I guess. He bored me tremendously. I mean, like seriously, I looked at this and I'm like, oh, okay, it sure is a Blurr.
His vehicle mode is great. I absolutely love the vehicle mode. Probably when I get the Takara version, he will forever be in vehicle mode because it's not that bad in vehicle mode.
No, because you got the shield with the lighter color on there for some contrast.
Yeah,
Exactly. And you got the blue up front on, all three.
and you got blue everywhere else.
Yeah, or the lighter blue. He's 50 shades of blue. That's what he is.
He's 2 shades of blue.
No, there's like
Blurr reminds me of like a Bandai toy where there's no paint on the backside of the body.
Uh-huh.
It's weird because I was looking at that Blurr figure, and like I said, I have buzzing, but before buzzing came out, I was thinking about getting overclocking, and I decided not to just for various reasons. But overclocking seems like they're using mostly blues, but the way they've got the shades differentiated, it's all blue, but at least it's better broken up for some contrast. Whereas Titan Returns Blurr is just blue everywhere. Like you said, blue everywhere. It's just, I mean, because you can do a lot with the same color in just a few different hues, but they didn't even do that here. They just,
So, Blurr reminds me a lot of Deluxe Optimus Primal from Beast Machines, in the sense that it's kind of boring, but at the same time, it's actually kind of a good action figure.
the first one with the star throwing action.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of boring. I respect what it does. It just, I don't know, it doesn't do a lot for me.
Blurr is very middle of the road.
He is very middle of the road.
Yeah.
I think he's a lot better than you're giving him credit for just because of the paint.
He probably is.
The only thing that I really have a problem with or wish they would have done different is the gap there from the windshield to the top of the car. I wish it was...
Well, now, doesn't the windshield have a multiple hinge for different positions?
No.
No.
Okay, because I had saw that someone had found a way to sort of stretch the hinge a little bit, because the original toy had that gap too. So I didn't know whether that was an homage to the original toy or if it just was the canopy.
I mean, yeah, I think they're probably. I don't know that it's an homage as much as they're just trying to emulate the original toy. And hey, when you design it that way, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what Blurr is lacking right now in Deco, there's a lot of, like, neat sculpted detail on the figure, to a degree that I don't really feel like the others have quite so much.
I can see
Maybe Hardhead, but, like, there is visual interest there, and if you want to, like, go at that with, like, a silver Gundam marker or something, or, like, real paint if you're so inclined, you could make that detail pop out a little bit. No, it's a perfectly fine toy. It's engineered well. The deco or lack thereof is hurting it tremendously, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be very happy to get the Takara one because I like it as a figure. I just want it to actually look like something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Scourge. He's Scourge.
I like him, Uh, the only thing that really bothers me is I think the legs would have looked so much better if they were flipped around.
You know you can do that, right?
Yeah, but then the only problem is he doesn't stand very well. They just
Okay, so what you need to do is pull the waist down and rotate that around. Don't rotate the legs, and it'll retain the correct A stance.
My problem with Scourge is mostly that it's not Generation Scourge.
You're right.
So, for the purposes of photography, I pulled down one of my 2010 Scourges, and boy, was I a lot happier to transform Titan's Return Scourge than the old one.
That's true.
It is a very simplistic transformation.
But not it. Okay, so like it's a simpler transformation than stuff from 5 years ago. Yes, it is not an unsatisfying transformation. And I would say that's the case with all of these deluxes. Their transformations are easy to do, but none of them are in any way unsatisfying to me. And they are all fairly varied, which sets them ahead of Combiner Wars stuff immediately.
That is very true.
I like this so much better because it breaks up. I mean, he's very blue also, and it breaks up that blueness of him. So
the only thing to worry about with that is the knee spikes will limit the knee articulation when you have the legs that way because they're bumping into the back of the leg.
Yep, I see. I see what you mean.
But you could trim that off and file down the edge, and it would look fine, and the knee would then bend if you wanted to keep it that way permanently.
Okay,
yeah.
So let's talk about the Voyagers, which I have none of yet. Galvatron.
Galvatron is well, apart from that whole unfortunate head thing I was having in the pre-show, it's not terrible.
So it's better than Universe Galvatron.
What isn't better than Universe Galvatron?
That's a good one, kill me. No, the alternate modes work better. I actually think I like the space jet mode a little bit more than the cannon mode because the cannon mode is not too eager to lock together on the back half. But like it works for what it's trying to do. I wish the head was a little bit more cooperative and that the Titan Master didn't look like it was on the verge of splitting down the middle like a log. Yeah, Matt's face pretty much sums that up. No, with a little bit different like material quality, quality is the wrong word, different tolerances on the plastics where the stuff actually fits together the way it's engineered to. This would be a really great Galvatron toy, and I'm hoping the Takara one will fulfill a little bit more of that than the Hasbro one is. I'm not disappointed in it by any means. Just, temper your expectations of it. It is better than the Universe one, but it still could be better than what it is right now.
Nobody else has it yet? Okay, so Sentinel Prime.
Sentinel Prime was actually surprisingly delightful. It's the one I opened first, and the transformations, it's kind of like Scourge, where the transformation is simple, but it also just kind of works and is satisfying to do all at once. And like going from shuttle to train mode is just a matter of, splitting it down the middle, and it all locks together really nicely. It's big, bright orange, and I really kind of dig it. I don't know if I'm going to get Astro Train, but Sentinel's nice. Sentinel Prime's Titan Master was a little bit difficult to get out, nowhere near to the same extent as Galvatron, or I'd still probably be trying to get that out of there. All these things are supposed to be interchangeable, but in practice, I would say don't. There's so much variance with the neck socket, it just seems like you're asking for trouble if you start trying to swap around a little too much.
That's unfortunate, considering that's the whole point of the line.
Yeah, hopefully the QC will be dialed in a little bit better with the successive waves.
Yeah.
So, maybe we will get reships of some of this stuff later on with I don't think I'd call it a running and change as much as I would just call it like a second pass with the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah, it just sucks for all of us who've already picked it up.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so let's see here. Leader class figures. Who else has them?
I have a blaster.
Let's talk about. Okay, let's talk about Blaster. Anybody else? Me and Matt.
I played with a blaster.
I love Blaster. Blaster to me is my favorite thing from the line, and it's part of it. It feels like why I love Transformers. I don't know, just something about it. Just something clicks with me. I fully can understand why it's kind of a boring vehicle
it's
mode.
pretty much a boring everything.
It's a boring everything, but I don't know. I love it. I freaking love it.
It's pretty much exactly the G1 toy with better articulation.
Yeah. I don't know.
And a headmaster.
I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. I like pretty much everything about it except for the instructions.
And its deco is not like overdone, but there is enough color variation on like the shoulders and a little bit around the waist and on his hip panels and a little bit on the feet to break everything up nicely and make him look like a little more complete of a deco than, say, Blurr.
I think this is my favorite version of Blaster ever. Not that there's a lot to choose from, but...
No, it's just like... So, all this time, you've wanted just the G1 toy again with
better.
knees.
But better.
That's all I ever want. I mean...
You know, like, where Soundwave is a pretty decent toy, the G1 Blaster toy is crap.
Yeah.
It's a garbage toy.
But it's big.
It's garbage.
And so is Leader Class Blaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love its face. I love I really freaking love that toy.
Yeah, that's...
How do you like the base modes?
The base mode, nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We did talk a little bit in the pre-show about the Headmasters, where I was saying that I've tried all of the Wave ones in there, and none of them look quite right underneath the helmet because Blaster's Headmaster has a really wide face specifically made to fit this helmet.
Yeah.
So nothing else looks quite right.
And am I the only person that has Prime?
Well, again, I've played with one, but I don't actually own one.
It's okay. I don't know. It's just something about it. It's a marvelous retool. It's a heavy retool. It's maybe not as heavy as I thought it was going to be.
Really? Because like almost every part of it is different.
I don't know. Just like the way that is it Nucleon? No, that's Apex.
That's Galvatron.
It's
Apex.
Apex, yeah. Like the way Apex goes into the body, it's exactly like the way that Minimus Ambus goes into Ultra Magnus. The way the stuff for the arms, the way the
Yes, the engineering is the same, but like it's all new parts except for like the ankles.
And I assume the hands, which are like the one piece I would have wanted to be new.
But see, they put those ramps underneath the arms, and there's the little slots there, and the guns actually stay secure now.
Ah, nice.
I turned the damn thing over and shook it, and the guns did not fall out.
I do like how it has the ridges or it has the slot for the guns. That's pretty neat, but it's a workaround, but it works.
The counterpoint to that, though, is that like where the ramps fold over, there's nothing holding them up, so they tend to fall down.
So I have not gotten around to transforming it yet. I haven't had a chance to because I've been busy focusing on everything else.
The transformation is it's a little bit involved. There's a lot of panels and tabs to line up, but like it's a little more complicated than Ultra Magnus, I guess. But when you figure out where everything's going, it's not really difficult to do. You got to be prepared to sit for a minute and actually line everything up and get it together, but it holds pretty well once you got in truck mode, and it never gets like frustrating. So I think it's worked out pretty well. It makes me more eager to see like how Takara is going to take it farther with the Ginrai retool.
So I guess just for completeness sake, Chris, why don't you tell us what your final thoughts were on Fort Max?
It's big and expensive, and I'm not sure how necessary it is.
You said that
I like it a lot as a playset.
Yeah, in your
not
review,
so much as a big action figure.
In your review, you said relative to Devastator, it seems like less of a value.
Yeah, because it doesn't do as much. At least with Devastator, you've got the 6 separate figures that each do their own thing. You've got a robot that's still a little bit clumsy, but is a little bit more handleable, I guess. Where Fort Max really shines is the alt modes, especially the base mode, the default base mode, the official one, where it's all spread out because there's a lot of space to put smaller toys on it. And for that, it's fantastic. If you want a big, wide play set, or like a centerpiece to put your leader class base modes, connect them up to make an even bigger thing, it's great for that. I just do not see all that value in it as a giant robot figure. It's too hard to handle for me.
But it will store that way, and that's exactly how I will have it forever.
Yeah. If you are into the idea of setting out your toys in a battle scene or something, that is ideal for like your base for that.
Maybe when I have my third house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but house number 1, house number 2, no.
I guess none of us got any legends yet, huh?
No.
Tomorrow.
Friday.
Damn.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Friday. Okay. I guess that's it for us then. When it comes to the toys.
I did get some stuff that's not Titan's Return, though.
Yeah, but we were only talking about Titan's Return.
Yeah, but I got Masterpiece Loudpedal, and he's by far my favorite version of this Trax mold.
It's beautiful. I
was not afraid the legs were going to break off when I transformed him.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
I was. I felt uncomfortable doing that.
This is the only time I've felt comfortable doing it. It's my third iteration of the mold.
I probably felt the most comfortable, but I still didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah. And I got my Unite Warriors Bruticus.
I'm jealous.
Cool.
Not sure how I feel about Blastoff.
Okay, so I guess if we're getting into the other stuff we got, I got Loudpedal. I got that Creo Slaughters Marauders versus Iron Grenadier set, which is pretty great. I haven't put it together yet, but I love that it comes in this VHS 3-pack sleeve deal. I think that's phenomenal. And Don got this too, which is the Make Toys Gundog.
Yeah. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I got the animation version versus the toy version.
Yeah, me too.
Really, really great figure. Not a bad transformation. A few places a little difficult to get a few things lined up, but he really does pull off being Hound, and I really can't see Takara doing a Hound that would make me want to replace him on the Masterpiece shelf with just the way he looks.
Yeah, it looks nice. I mean, I will replace it with the Takara version, even if it's inferior, because it's the official. But you know, it's very nice. I think I got something else too. Let me check my order. Loudpedal, Gundog, that Creo set. No, that's it.
Okay, well, along with the Unite Warriors Bruticus, where they have the little comic panel on the back of the instructions, I really like this one because the Combaticons are having a weapons sale.
That's awesome.
And Swindle is actually selling off Brawl's hand-foot gun and his cannon. And if you look who he's selling them to, you can tell by the manservant he's selling them to Lord Chumley.
Wow.
And if you look up on the cliff, there's the kids from Bot.
That's what I was going to say for Dawn. They've made a Bot version 2.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
I got, thanks to Nick, I got the upscaled Legends Power Glide.
Nice.
Oh, neat.
How big is it? Like a deluxe?
He's, about deluxe sized.
That's pretty
That is
darn
so
cool.
weird.
I like it.
And its name is Red Comet. Awesome.
Red Comet.
So it's 3 times faster.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so go ahead, Don.
And it plays flamingo music when it flies around.
Okay. Okay, Rob, what's on TFormers this week?
Okay, this week,
What isn't on TFormers this week?
yes, well, a couple of things related to Fortress Maximus, but not the one XV has.
Oops.
We've got the we finally know exactly what the differences are in the Transformers Gum Fortress Maximus Metallic Edition. It's not just foil stickers, but also some metallic plastic.
Neat.
Particularly on the Master Sword, and also the hatch on the chest.
Cool.
And speaking of the Master Sword, we have another look at the Hong Kong exclusive version of that, which looks pretty decent. And then we get into the Titans Return galleries. XV has galleries for all of Fortress Maximus, Cerebros, Emissary, the big playset. I've got galleries up for the first half of Titan Master Wave 1. The second half will be going up tomorrow. And XV's already got galleries up for all 4 of Deluxe Wave 1 too. In full reviews, we've got Fortress Maximus, Cerebros, and Emissary, and I've got reviews up for Loudmouth and Nightbeat.
Awesome.
And the Deluxe reviews are coming soon.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay, let's see here. On the network this week, let's see here. We had a new episode of that one episode of Star Trek.
We did. It was the start of the month of Hell, which is our 4-week look at random episodes of Star Trek Voyager, highlighting the horribleness of every member of the cast.
That's awesome.
Yes. We also have special cover art for these episodes made by our Twitter friend Cosmic Duck.
Nice.
Because he's awesome like that.
Yeah. Our first episode of Take 4 Wrestling posted Friday of last week. I will have the next episode up this Friday. So this next episode is about SummerSlam 92. And what I like about this show is that we were recording it in advance. So we should never miss a week ever, even though both Joey and I have crazy schedules. So it's a lot of fun. And it is now on iTunes. If you search for Take 4 Wrestling, you can get it. Let's see here. We are on Twitter at TF Radio and on Facebook at facebook.com/TF Radio. We stream live each Wednesday at around 8 o'clock to 8:30, thereabouts. If you follow us on Twitter, our live stream for YouTube goes off at about 8 o'clock. Our Facebook live stream, which we've started doing, we have a time limit on that. Facebook enforces an hour-and-a-half limit, so we actually don't start that until showtime. So be watching our Facebook page around 8:30, and you can see that. I am personally on Twitter at BKilby. Matt is not on the internet. Don.
Yeah, you can reach me at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.
Chris is at ChrisRTXV. I've got it memorized now. Diecast.
I'm at Diecast2, and also make sure to check out RFC reviews on YouTube. Hopefully Brian will link to it. I have Scourge and Blurr posted. Hardhead would be posted tonight, and Skullsmasher is to be determined yet.
Awesome. And Rob?
I am at RAC2750 and Flailthroughs.
Awesome. Okay, so for the guys, I've been Brian Kilby. We will catch you next week.
Take care, everybody.
Please record.